I want to take a quick minute and do something that I'm going to start calling kind of a day in the life. And this is a day in the life of an entrepreneur who's actively running 7 companies or 6 companies. Yesterday, we did the negotiations to buy a 7th. So yesterday morning, I started out my day with a 3-hour-long meeting on the YouTube channel. And that we got on a Zoom with me and my team, and we discuss bottlenecks. And that is effectively what entrepreneurship is.
I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Jeremy Watson. Over the past 25 years, I've started 30 companies. Currently, I am running 7. Also, I've spent 10 years adjacent to financial advice. In that time, I was consulting full-time on about $300 million. Currently, I hate the freaking entrepreneurial landscape because it is covered with scams where experts promote free webinars and they turn out to be neither expert nor free. My goal with this channel is to let you follow along and watch as I build 7. I'm going to share as much good knowledge as I can for free, hopefully to do some good in the world while sharing some interesting stuff. If that interests you, follow along. I appreciate you watching.
You have an idea, and then it runs into a bottleneck. And you have to solve the idea in a systemic and durable way, right? And so yesterday I got on the phone with my team that we've assembled to kind of build this YouTube channel and get it to work properly. And right now that team is 4 people. We have someone who's working specifically with all the technical aspects of it. We have someone who's doing all the video shooting and production of it. We have someone who's doing kind of pre-production with it. And then we have an editing team out of Colombia who's going back and forth with a couple of the editing pieces of it back and forth, and they are helping us get editing stuff ready for posting. And then the pre-production team takes it over when it's ready for posting, and then uses a bunch of different softwares to schedule posting out over time. And we're trying to figure out how much content can I honestly produce in the time that I have, while at the same time not dropping any of the balls with the 6 companies, soon to be 7 companies that we are running. So that was a 3-hour meeting first thing yesterday morning, kind of going through all of the bottlenecks of that. We did what I call a watch party, which is we watched one of the videos that we want edited, and we're trying to get everyone trained up on kind of pre-production and what that looks like. And so we watched an entire video of mine, and I edited it and explained what I was thinking kind of along the way. This is the way I want it edited. These are the long looks good, but we want all the shorts cut out of it. What I'm thinking as far as like, we need shorts cut out of it that are interesting. We need shorts cut out of it that are the few charismatic moments that I have in a video. That just got bright for reasons unbeknownst to man in science. We watched an entire video and just talked through the way I want the food to taste when it comes out of the kitchen. And at the end of the day, being an entrepreneur like I am, that's a lot. A lot of the job is saying, hey, here's my vision, and here's what I want the food to taste like when it's done. I need you guys to go and make sure it tastes this way and, chop it up. And I need you guys to do all the work. But it's my restaurant. It's my name on the restaurant. It's me at the end of the day who's the vision has to be, it has to taste like this, right? And that's the case with every company, right? The way the reports come out from Bedrock, the way the properties are managed with Bedrock, the turnaround times between lease and vacancy, that's all got to come out tasting a certain way. So that was the first 3 hours of my day yesterday. At the same time, my older brother owns a company that does bandages. And he had texted me 2 days ago saying, hey, it's been good, but I'm going to sell this company. It's called Crash Pads. And so he's looking to just get out of the company, mostly because he has a great income with a great job. And this has always been kind of a hobby. And he picked it up 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago when his kid was doing mountain biking a lot. And so the hobby never really materialized into its own full income. And he's just like, okay, I'm tired of it. I have a good job. I enjoy what I'm doing. And, but I see still there's a lot of potential in the company. It's a tiny little Band-Aid company, but I like the product. I've used the product before. And his ordering process isn't the moon, and I think his product has some super good potential still. It's just that he's not being able to realize the product like he would like. And so we then hopped on 2 hours of meetings with my marketing team, where we were specifically talking about buying his Band-Aid company because he's going to sell it to someone. I just said, hey, sell it to me. Right. And we spent 2 hours talking with my marketing team for Bedrock and said, hey, what would it take for this to be marketed? What have you done as far as marketing goes? What avenues have you gone down so that my marketing team has an understanding of what has already been tried? And then I talked with my kind of head marketer about an equity split so that he kind of runs the day-to-day of that company if we buy it, and then he owns a piece of it if he can help me make it succeed. That way we're not out a lot except for inventory with buying that company. So we did 2 hours of negotiations between me and my older brother. Hey, is this a deal that you would like? And then we did another hour of negotiations with my marketing partner. Hey, it's an equity position you're going to take in this company. It's up to you whether it grows or not. Here's my ideas. And then later on in the day, I did another hour of conversations with my brother, kind of fine-tuning the deal. What is equity? What is ownership? How much do you need now? What's the inventory reorder look like? How much inventory do you have on hand? And then I had an hour conversation with my wife, who's my partner in all things, saying, hey, here's the way the deal is coming together. Like, there's this much going here. We're going to leave this much with Jeff as kind of the founder of the company, the guy who knows how to do it, so we can just reference him. He gets a little taste on the upside if we are able to crack this and succeed. This is how much money we have to put up. And then I ended up with another 30-minute conversation with my marketing partner where he said, hey, what if I brought in some money to this deal? Can I own a little more of the upside? I would love that. I hate being the only money in a deal. I would certainly love it if the operational day-to-day marketing partner had more money in the deal. And so that deal is coming together. It would be the 7th company that I own and am actively running. And for this company to work, because it's not real estate based, it's not investment based, it's not capital based, it's a product. The only way I want to approach this is if my marketing partner wants to be the operational head of that, and I just apply logistics and business management advice. So my wife and I both agree I don't have any more bandwidth really to run another company, but my marketing partner is really young. I think he's like 30. He's younger. In all candor, he's my wife's kid sister's husband, who I love the guy. He's building his own career, but we've had many conversations where he has said, hey, I want a product that I can sell instead of a service that I'm offering, because service is an exchange for time, where product is, where a product that you're selling is just, you place an order and it's much more passive and it can grow much faster. And it's a different crack as far as it's a different problem scape to crack. And so I knew he was interested in a product anyways. I know my brother is interested in selling his product. I have some capital that I can make this happen and enough business knowledge to say, hey, I'm willing to take a swing at this if it hasn't worked for you. And so, yeah, yesterday was a big, long day of trying to crack the YouTube posting, making sure we're producing enough good content fast enough that people are interested in seeing, and making sure that our edits for shorts, when it comes to kind of like the Mayo and Facebook and YouTube shorts and all the shorts, TikTok, all that stuff, that those are short enough that they function and that we're getting the pieces out that we want. We also did a revision or a review of Opus Clips, which is a technology out there that people like, oh, you just feed your longs into it and it'll yank out all your shorts by AI. It's not that good. I think we still want a human touch, because we're just finding a lot more good clips with a lot more charisma, having a human eye look at it and say, hey, this is good, this is good, this is good. The Opus Clip seems kind of like a lazy approach where you just get, shoot out 1 million clips. We may go there eventually, but we reviewed the difference between Opus Clips and, manual review, and we're going with manual review for now, February of 2025. So that was basically the day yesterday. Today, is a Tuesday. Mondays are always kind of nightmarish. We have to catch up on emails. We have to make sure that like everything's working with all the companies. We have to put out fires. Tuesdays are my executive meeting day. So I have an hour meeting with my executives at Bedrock. I have an hour meeting with my executive at Turo. I will eventually have an hour meeting with my executives at Crash Pads, the bandage company. I have an hour meeting with my executives at Watson Home. So the rehab company, anything they need. Tuesday is my executive meeting. I basically just hop on Zoom after Zoom after Zoom after Zoom all day and make sure that the sludge is moving through the pipe, right? Make sure that the action items that we've got are actually being moved through the pipe, because there is a tendency with any company, especially when the CEO or the owner has a lot on his plate, for people just to kind of, oh, I didn't get to that, right? That can't work, right? It doesn't work to run multiple companies if people are like, oh, I just didn't get to it, right? And so you gotta, push the sludge through the pipe on all of these companies. And so today we'll do a review of Bedrock. It's the 18th. And so we're coming up on, in my mind, we're coming up on the 1st, which means our big payroll day for Bedrock. We just got to make sure we have enough cash in the account, what's coming, what's closing, short-term revenue. Bedrock, we talk about problem properties and every single property in the portfolio that's having issues. We discuss those one by one by one, make sure those are being dealt with, make sure the clients are getting good communication, and we make sure that that those are being resolved in a reasonable manner. We offer logistical support. The rest of the executives on the team, hey, is there anything you need for that problem, or is it well underway? Do we need money? Do we need to offer a loan? What do we need to do when it comes to that property? We'll come back to this and we'll keep doing these and see if people like them. This is a day in review, February 17th, 2025. That's what a day in the life. Did I do anything for any other company? I had a brief conversation with my Turo COO. He is in the process of launching a new company around gasoline delivery that he likes the idea of. And there's a possibility that my rehab team here in kind of upstate South Carolina is going to be doing a prior to close renovation based company, but we're in the early stages of that. So it's possible we are launching a new company or two, and that's a day in the life of Jeremy Watson, a bit of an addict when it comes to entrepreneurship. Hope you're enjoying. Have a good day. Follow along. Bye bye.